did want to get to one of the things that Caleb mentioned in his column. It's on Off the Hook Sports. Please subscribe and hit that button and go ahead and like it so we can be a part of your day. We're here each and every weekday at 8:30. Amanda, one of the leads that Caleb brought up was that Hendon Hooker played incredibly well. What did
Hmm.
you think about his play? And I'm going to kind of lead us down a path based off what he wrote.
I thought he was exceptionally good. I didn't. I mean, there are a couple of things that it's a couple of questionable passes, I think. But other than that, I thought he was really, really, really good. I mean, I fully confident in his abilities.
Yep. And in a little more than a half, so they ran him out there in order to get um, kind of go through the rhythm of being in a football game, going through halftime. He was really, really good, I thought. And when you look at his stat line, it reflects that 18 of 25, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and also was pretty darn good on the ground as well, as he was able to score twice there near the goal line. So, Amanda, what Caleb led with, I thought was interesting, and it was, could this be the beginning of a Heisman campaign? Well, it is the beginning.
Possibly.
It is the beginning of a Heisman campaign. It doesn't mean that he'll win the Heisman or is a strong contender, even. But yes, that's a good start to any season or any campaign of any sort.
Well, when you have two passing touchdowns and two running touchdowns as the quarterback,
Pretty
I
good.
think that's a pretty good start for anybody. I mean, to be quite honest, his name is going to be mentioned in the Heisman, you know, consideration until Tennessee loses a game. And if they drop a game, then his name will go out. We see it every year for a bunch of different quarterbacks, running backs, whatever. They are always mentioned in the Heisman talk until they drop a game. And then later on in the season, when everybody's dropped a game, they'll come back into the Heisman talk. It's all about who is the most talked about or looked at by game 11. Pretty much is who's going to win the Heisman.
Yep, and you don't win the Heisman in October. You just don't. And you certainly don't win it in September. So he could have a fantastic game against Pitt and he could have a fantastic game against Florida, but that doesn't mean he's going to even end up in New York if they take 5 finalists. And I don't think he has a realistic shot at winning the Heisman because the current Heisman Trophy winner is there. I think Hendon Hooker is a great story. I think he'll put up great numbers, but I don't think Tennessee's teams there with record wise to have a realistic Heisman shot. I mean, you and I disagree on Georgia, but I think we do agree that the Tennessee's a 9-win team. I don't think a 9-win team quarterback is going to be able to topple. Let's just say Bryce Young has another great year. Let's even say Alabama doesn't win a national title and they just have an awesome season. Still, I don't know how you couldn't pick him. I mean, I just find it very difficult for him to realistically be in the Heisman race. That doesn't mean he's not great. That doesn't mean you don't celebrate him, but I find it very difficult for him not to be for him to be a realistic Heisman candidate. Yeah.
I don't see how he couldn't be a realistic Heisman candidate. Just to be honest, I just
Like,
don't. I
couldn't
don't
be?
see how
Oh,
it.
so you disagree? So you think he will be a real?
Yeah, I think he's a realistic Heisman candidate. And we disagree on the Georgia game, so I think that will be where he really takes off.
Interesting. So if Tennessee beats Georgia, then ultimately, um, yeah, I mean he'll be a Heisman candidate. So I guess that's where we differ. I don't think that if they beat Georgia, yes, no question, he's a
Yeah.
Heisman candidate. And everything plays out.